The crypto space is back with another Monad update for you guys. Right now, Monad sitting just under 1.8 cent, below our first entry when we first started to talk about it on the channel. I first started to talk about Monad on the channel at 1.85 cent. I saw opportunity there, and I was like, okay, this potentially is going to be one of the altcoins that do well for the incoming cycle. Whenever we do get retail investors back, whenever things start to perform well. But the overall market is not performing well. If you take a look at the macro, Bitcoin dropped below, fell below $90,000. Ethereum fell below $3,000. So the overall market is taking a hit, and Monad is not excluded. I really thought Monad would be one of those altcoins that still showed a ton of strength against the entire market, right? But it is, it is in the the grasp or the grips of of Bitcoin, and that's just how it is, man. If Bitcoin is not bullish, the rest of the market is gonna have a tough time. It really will. That's typically how it goes. So Monad right here is down 25% on the week, but again, you see this. A lot of people would see this as this project doesn't have fundamentals. It's not fundamentally sound. Other people, right, strategic people, would see this as an opportunity to dollar cost average, to add to their bags, to buy these dips for a potential reversal, to new all-time highs, and price discovery to the price targets that I've laid out on the channel. Even if we're gonna be conservative and say Monad could do a 10 to maybe 15x, 20x from here, I think that is so realistic, right? 20 cents to 40 cents per monad, 50 cents per monad. If, the $1 target is completely out the window, even, 20 to 50 cents is so realistic from here, right? I don't think anyone would be like, oh, no, that's not possible, right? So this is the thing. If you lower your average, your dollar cost average in, or, this is your first time finding out about the Monad project, now would be a good time to buy, right? It will feel terrible to buy now because it might dip lower. It might go to 1 cent. It could. It really could. The way this market is, I wouldn't be surprised, right? I just, like I said, guys, I am just so tuned out of the market sometimes. Especially from 2025, I've been tuned out, man, because it's so extremely difficult to be successful in this market. From ever since 2024 ended, it has been just a completely different market, man. And you guys could see, like, with precious metals ripping to new all-time highs, some stocks as well, the S&P 500 as well recently hit new highs. It's like, the crypto industry feels like, to me, it's a dying asset class. I'm laughing about it, but it's just like so unreal to think about how fast things can change, right? I thought after 2024, 2025 would have hit, we would have entered euphoria, and it would have been just fantastic, and that was not the case. It really wasn't. Things change fast in this space, so this is why you have to be as strategic as possible, right? Never invest money willing to lose, right? I still sit with my plan that 50,000 to 100,000 Monad is the way to go. That is much cheaper to accumulate now. 50,000 Monad is just a little bit below $900, and 100,000 Monad is right now is $1,800, right? Just a little bit under that. So if now's the time, right? Better than to be buying at 3 cent, right? And it's better than to be buying at 3 cent if you're looking to accumulate. Now's a great time to get 100,000 Monad, right? Again, the person that commented, hey, I think we're gonna revisit the 1.7 cent low to the 2 cent area. They were right, man. So I hope they had their buy orders set, their limit orders to buy in set. And if you we're DCAing here, you're going to be lowering your average. This is why I say never invest. Like say you have 5K or 5K to invest, 2,000, 5,000, etc. You don't put the 2 to 5,000 in one buy because the project probably may dip, right? So you put in couple $100 here, it dips, few hundred bucks, it dips, you keep doing that so you lower your average, right? So if you were doing that from 2.524 cent, you'd have lowered your average all the way down to this 1.8 cent level that we're at right now. Still bullish on the project, still think long-term growth, this is going to be a massive gem, and I think this is going to be a winner personally. We're just going to take a look at some of the ecosystem plays right now, you know, just to see what we have here as far as like performers go. So Shrimp is back at 100k, that's nice. Unit is doing okay here at 43k. Chog 1.1 million. Moncock just under 200k, right? And you know, eMonad as well. eMonad just, you know, 321k market cap. So Motion 423k. Motion took a dip. But yeah, the ecosystem obviously won't be performing as well because Monad isn't performing as well. But again, you know, just a little bit of exposure to the ecosystem from when Monad starts to recover, in my opinion, it's going to be a great decision to make, right? So as always, guys, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. Really appreciate all the support. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. None of this is financial advice. Catch you.